So for today's video, the only equipment I'm going to use, I do have my ankle weights and band, but we're not going to need them. Only equipment you're going to need is your Pilates ball. So for the first exercise we are going to do is we're going to put the ball right in between of our ankles. From here, arms are down by your side, chest is open up. Let's work on some breath work. We breathe in through the nose, out through our mouth. Let's work on belly breathing. So as we inhale, belly rises underneath our hands. Belly drops back in as we exhale. Let's do 2 more here. From here, let's add some arms in. Inhale as the arms come up towards the ceiling. Exhale as they lower back down. 2 more. Inhale as the arms go up towards the ceiling. Exhale as they come back down. Last one. From here, the arms are long down by your side. We're going to go into some squats with arm lifts. So we're going down into our squat. Arms come up to shoulder height, right back down. We have 5 more here. Last 2. Last one. Good. Meet me at the top. We're going to do a little bit of shoulder and wrist mobility. So arms are going to go straight out in front of you. Palms are facing away from you or towards the opposite end of the room. So they're flexed back. Just want you to drop those hands to where the palms come facing towards you and then right back up. Last one. Up and back down. Good. Big wrist circles this time. So wrists are making a big circle. Make sure it's coming from your wrist and not your arms in the full circle there. Just from the wrists. And switch directions. Good. From here, palms face down towards the floor. I want you just to lift the palms up towards the ceiling. Flip them back over. Good. Take those arms out to the T, same motion. They start down towards the floor. We open the arms up. Good. Now from here, keep the palms facing towards the wall in front of you. So the palms are facing away from your body. Just want you to pull the hands in to meet each other. Pull the hands apart as they separate. With this, as you push the hands forward, I want you to, once they meet in the middle, I want you to push the hands away to get some protraction in your scapula. So I'll turn to see that a little bit. So they're going to push away, drop them back in, open them back up. As you open the arms, really squeeze those shoulder blades together in the back. Like we've got a dollar bill in that spine. We're trying to pull the shoulder blades to grab onto it. So they squeeze in the back, come to the front, push the arms away, right back in. Let's do 2 more here. Just get these arms nice and warmed up. All right, from here, scoot back onto your mat if you're in the center. I want you to just walk yourself down into that downward dog position, all the way out. We're in that high V, downward dog. Really press the back of your heels down into the mat, trying to get that foot as flat as you can on the mat. You should get a good calf stretch in this position. If you want to, from here, you can kind of trot the feet so one heel comes up and then they switch to really let you stretch out those calves. Good. From here, drop both feet down. Last good stretch in those calves and hamstrings, and drop the knees down. Let's move the ball now to between the knees. So we're in our quadruped position. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. From here, we're just gonna work on some knee hovers. So big inhale in. As you exhale out, lift those knees off the mat about 1 to 2 inches and hold. Feel the abdominals engage here. The legs are tight, the quads are on fire, the shoulders are working, and we're just holding. Big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop back down. You can drop into a quick child's pose for a second. Lift yourself back up. Let's go into round 2. 1, 2, 3. Lift those knees off of the mat, just hovering there. Abdominals are engaged, quads are active, hands and shoulders are all pushing through the mat, and we're breathing. Four, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those knees down. Let's go to that child's pose one more time quickly. Good, and meet me right back up. From here, we're gonna add on a step. So with this, we're gonna lift the legs up. I want you to drop the ball once and then scoop it back up so we get some inner thigh work. So every time that ball drops, you're trying to pick it up with those inner thighs. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rest down. Drop into your child's pose. Good. Right back up. From here, we're going to go into a little bit of bird dog. Left hand underneath the ball, or on top of the ball, excuse me. Right hand down flat on the mat. What I want you to do is to roll that left hand out as you extend your right leg. And then pull back in. We're going to stick with the same side. Getting everything warmed up. 2 more and we'll switch sides. Keep those toes pointed away. Pelvis is stable. We're not rotating. Our headlights are face down towards the mat. Good. Come back in. Switch me over sides. Right hand on top of the ball. Right hand extends out in that ball. Left leg extends backwards. Roll back in. And last one. Good. Bring it all back in. From here, take that ball right back in between the knees. Keep a little bit of pressure on it. We're going into some cat and cows. So we're going to lift the spine up towards the ceiling, getting that really good rounded back C curve. And then I want you to tilt the pelvis down, tilt the mid back down, upper back, neck, and head lift. And then we roll ourselves out of it. Drop the head and neck, lift the upper back, the mid back, and then the pelvis underneath you. One more ear. Let's add some breath work in with it. As we drop down and extend, I want you a really big inhale. Exhale as you pull everything back in. Good. Go ahead and turn on around here. The ball is going to go into your low back. So right on your sacrum, which is your lowest part, right around your tailbone area. Right above that and onto your low back. Legs are going to be zipped up together, toes are pointed in a slight bend here, okay? Arms are going to start straight out in front of you. From here, we're just going to roll back into our C curve. So I want you to drop the pelvis into that tilt and roll back so you're rounded. My shoulders are kind of round. My whole spine is in a C position. And then I'm going to sit right back up. We've got 5 here. There's 1. 2. 3, 4, and last one here. 5. Come on back up now, we're going to our hinge. So our back stays completely flat in this position, arms are out in front of you, and we just hinge. One long straight line, hinge until you feel those abdominals contract, lift back up. I don't want you falling into the ball. Yes, it's there for support, but I don't want you using it as a cop-out and just like falling into it and pulling back up and it like almost boosting you up. I want you just to use it as a little bit of a feedback. You hit it, you feel that engagement. I feel a little shake there. I lift back up. We've got 3 more here. Good. We inhale on the way down. Exhale as we lift. 2 more. Last one. Hold this last one back there, okay? We're in this nice hinge position. Abdominals are hard, they're engaged. Rotate both hands to the right. Back to the center, we go to the left. Back to the center, to the right. Back to the center, to the left. Check in with those hips. Are they going side to side? Are they staying really nice and straight? I want them to stay zip up and facing in front of you. Meet me over to the right. From here, we're going to pull. So you're going to lean up and back for 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't bounce off that ball. Just use it for feedback. 1, back to the center, over to the left, and we do it again for 5. Keep those legs zipped up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and move that ball back from out from behind your back, and let's go ahead and lay all the way down. Good. From here, we're laying flat on our mat. I want you to put the ball between the ankles again. So from here, arms are down, shoulders are pulled apart. We've got the shoulders pressed down into the mat, hands are pressed down into the mat. I want you just to press those feet out, pull them back in. Really focus in on those shoulders. Make sure they're pulled out. They're not all scrunched in. Pull them away. Use those deep abdominals to do the work. Good. From here, as you push the legs away, lift the head, neck, and chest and arms off of the mat. Then right back down as the legs come back into you. Lift the head, neck, and chest. The legs go out. Pull back in. We've got 3 more here. Last one. Hold it here. Reach those legs up. Grab the ball. Take the ball back behind you as both legs lower down. Lift them back up. Press the ball or place the ball back in between the legs. Arms go back, legs go down. Grab your ball and switch. Last one for me. Good. Stick with me. Grab your ball with your hands now. Toes are pressed up or pointed towards the ceiling. I want you to reach with the ball up to those legs. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stick with me. Right leg drops down. Take that ball through or underneath that left leg, and then we switch and switch. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring those knees in. Put the ball on top. Rock side to side. Take some good breaths in. Good. When you're ready, place that ball right back in between of those feet there, okay? Drop those legs down to 45. Shoulders are pressed down in the mat. I just want you to rotate those legs. One comes on top of the ball, one goes under, and they switch. And they may lose, you might lose it a little bit. Just reset it as you go. To make it tougher, you drop the legs down a little bit lower. To make it easier, you lift the legs a little higher. So find your happy medium. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe back up at the top, reset the ball if you need to. Now we're going to drop those legs, lowering them down. As you lower, pulse in on that ball. Pulse, 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 up, 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 up. So every time I'm squeezing as they lower. In, 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 in. Last one. Your abs should be on fire. Good. Take the ball. Last one here. Legs are pressed up to the ceiling. Take the ball right on top of your thighs and then walk your hands up with the ball to the toes. Drop back down. As the ball comes down, you can drop your head, neck, and chest. As the ball comes up, lift the head, neck, and chest up to the toes. Last one. Press, 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 press. And now we just press the ball into legs. Press, press. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Woo! That's kind of rough. Take those legs into your chest. Rotate them side to side. Take a little rest break. Good. From here, let's take one leg out straight, the other leg behind, or the other leg is bent, hands are behind that leg. Roll yourself up, and we're gonna rotate over to a side, whichever side you prefer. All right, from here, we're gonna go into a little bit of side plank. So we'll start in that kneeling position. Hands can go down, meaning, we can go on our hand to do our side plank, or we can go down on our elbow. What I suggest for feet, take your top leg and cross it over top of your bottom leg, okay? And that'd be a good way for you to kind of stay stable. If that doesn't feel good to you or doesn't feel right, you can always try the legs stacked. To me, I don't love that as much. I feel like I get a little bit more stability with the top leg being in front, okay? From here, you can choose whether you want to come up onto a hand, or would you prefer to be on a forearm, okay? I'm gonna come up on my hand. If you have any kind of wrist issues at all, it will probably feel better to be on the forearm or on the elbow, okay? I'm gonna come up on my hand here, up into that side plank position. From here, we're gonna hold the ball up over our head. And then we're just dropping the ball down, tap the mat, come back up. Really keep this bottom hip up. Don't let her droop. If you're drooping, you can go down to on the knees and do the same thing. We're just not be ready for the full side plank yet, and that's fine. We'll get there. So meet yourself wherever you are today. Good. Now from here, drop the ball down to your side, up and over the head. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down to the knees. Take a little rest break. If you want to take a counter stretch, take that arm that was just planted, reach on over to the opposite side to let that side stretch out. And you can even switch the other way. All right, we're getting right back into that same position. Whichever one was working out best for you. Forearms, hands, knees, legs, whatever was working, stick with it, okay? We press up into our side plank. From here, we hold on to the ball. We reach the ball underneath the body, kind of twist that upper trunk, then turn to lift the ball, head, and chest up towards the ceiling. We go under, and we lift. Give me one more here. And drop down. Good. We're going to roll over on to our hands and knees. From here, I lied to you. Let's go back into the same position. We're gonna go into our side kick kneeling series. So I want you to put bottom leg that you're planking with onto the ground, knee is on the ground. The opposite leg is extended out long, okay? From here, you are gonna go down to the palm for this one. So from here, the best that you can, I want you to try to make a square with your body. I'm not the best at this either. We're learning together. So knee is underneath the hip. The hand is underneath the shoulder, okay? We're pulled up out of that side so we're not drooped down. We're really extended. The chest is out in front of us. Go ahead and grab on to your ball and lift it up towards the ceiling. We're going into some leg work here. I want you to lift the top leg up to hip height. From here, drop it down to tap. Lift back up. Try not to lose your box up front the best that you can. This is our box, even though the leg is lifting and lowering. Good, hold this next one up. Good, from here, point the toes back to you as you lift the leg forward. Point the toes away from you as you extend the leg back away. If you need a little arm support, you can drop the ball down in front of you to hold on to, okay? If not, you can keep it up towards the ceiling. I can tell I'm losing my box big time. Good. Make me right back into the center. We got circles, like we're drawing circles on the wall across from us. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one here. I want you to just bend the knee in, extend the leg back out. Bend the knee in, extend the leg back out. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that leg down, pull the feet underneath you or the knees underneath you, and take a little rest break. Roll out those wrists, especially that bottom one that was stabilizing you. Stretch it out. You can take that hand out in front of you and really press it underneath to let it stretch out. All right, now from here, we're gonna turn and go into a little bit of planking. You can kind of set that ball up in front of you because you don't need it. Hands are underneath you. I want you to step 1 foot back at a time. We're back into our plank position. Now, we're going to pull the right leg, lift it up, tap that right elbow the best you can, extend back out. We have 5 each side. Here's 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Last one's 5, 5. Good. Drop those knees back down. Drop into a child's pose. Roll out those wrists if you need to. Good. From here, I want you to take the ball and place it up against. So we're going to have the left leg underneath you. Your right leg is out long. The ball is underneath it. Okay. Pull that ball in. Send it right back out. Pull the ball in. Send it back out. Good. Now we're going to take it to the next level. Up into your plank. Same thing. Pull the ball in. Roll it back out. Pull the ball in. Roll it back out. We've got 2 more here. 1, 2. Now cross the ball. So you're going to try to pull the ball to the opposite elbow and then right back out. So a little bit of a diagonal. 2, 3. Last one. 4. Extend those legs. Right back out. Switch me sides. Ball goes underneath the left leg. And this time we're going to go straight into our plank now that we know what we're doing. Okay? Planking up. Pull the foot in. Right back out. 2, 3. Last one. 4. Now we go cross body to that right elbow, left leg, right elbow. 2, 3, last one, 4, good. Drop back down. Ball is gonna go in between the calf and the hamstring on the right leg. So it's really pressed up in there. If the hands are hurting you at all, you can always go down to the fist. Sometimes my wrists just don't like being in that wristy extended position for very long. So I'm gonna go to my fist for this. We're still in our quadruped position. Right leg is just gonna press that calf into the ball to get some good hamstring activation. And we're going into some lifts behind us. 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 10 here. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, good. Switch on out, let's even ourselves out, so left leg. Same exact thing, press that calf into the ball, lift up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last 1, 4, 10. Excellent job. From here, drop on down into that child's pose. You can put your hand on your ball to really get some good extension mobility in the back and in the shoulders. Good. Now with the head remaining down in this child's pose position, I want you to lift the ball, reach it back behind the head or behind the back, grab with the other arm and circle back around for some shoulder mobility, and then switch directions. Let's do one more each direction. Good. And sit yourself back up. We should be good with those. All right, we're dropping down onto our belly at this time. I want you to put the ball in between the ankles of the feet, okay? And drop those feet down. Put your hands down where your palms are facing down onto the mat and your forearms are as well. And you would just have your head tilted to one side. It doesn't matter which one, okay? From here, the legs are pointed out long. You're gonna take the legs and bend them into the butt, and we're gonna do a double pulse. So pulse, pulse, and drop back out. As you do, I just want you to turn your head to the opposite side. We bend in, we pulse, pulse, right back out. Keep those front of the thighs gently lift off the mat so that you get good glute engagement as well as hamstrings here. You just have them dropped and you're doing this lazily, it's not that hard of an exercise. But if you intentionally lift those legs off the mat, keep those toes pointed, you get a whole lot more engagement in all aspects of the lower body. So we pulse in, 1, 2, extend back out, switch that head. 1, 2, extend back out. Now we're gonna add on from here. We're gonna pulse in, 1, 2. As the legs go out, lift your head, neck, and chest, reach the arms behind you, and really lift up in your upper body. And then drop back down, switch to the other side for your head. Pull the legs in, pulse, pulse, extend out, lift the chest, lift the arms, really reach the chest out in front of you. And we switch. We have one more each side and we're done with these. Drop back down, switch, switch, and lift. Good. Lower back down, lift yourself back up. And from here, we've got to even ourselves out on our side kick series and our side planks. So let's start with our side planks first. So whatever position you decide to go into, forearm, hand, on the knees, extending out the legs, legs stacked, one leg in front is up to you, okay? So I'm going to lift up into my side plank. From here, the arms come up towards the ceiling, they drop back down. Last one of lifting that arm up. Good. From here, we pull the arm up to the ear. We drop down to the waist. Up to the ear. Down to the waist. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop yourself back down. Take a little rest break. Good. We jump right back up into it. Okay. Last little spot here. All the way up. Ball comes underneath as we roll the trunk under. We lift the trunk up as the ball comes up towards the ceiling. Three, last 2, 4, last 1, and 5. Woo! Drop on down. Let's go into our side kick series. Knees on the mat. Knee is underneath the hip. Hand is on the mat. It can be in that fist if you need to. However feels good to your wrist at this point, because we've done a lot of wrist related stuff, okay? So wrist is underneath the shoulder, okay? Try your best, and it's hard. I don't do great at this. It's just to remind you to keep this good kind of square rectangle position, okay? Arm with the ball goes up towards the ceiling. We lift that top leg up to the same height as our hip, and we lower it back down. Toes stay pointed out long. Last one, hold it up. We flex the feet back to us as you pull the leg forward, and we point the toes as you go back. Try your best. I'm not doing great at this. I'm gonna drop my ball. To keep this pelvis stable. Walking everywhere today. Good, last one. Take it back behind you. Meet me with it long and strong out beside you. Let's go into our circles. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite direction. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stick with me. Knee bends in, knee extends out. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop yourself down. All right, we're finishing up with everybody's favorite, some push-ups, which I hate. All right, so options again. We can be pushed up, doing our push-ups down on our knees as we go. Or if we're really feeling spicy, we can go all the way up. Today, I'm gonna start on my knees because we are using the ball for instability. So I want you to put your right hand on top of the ball, left hand's down onto the mat, and we're gonna drop down into our push-up. Push yourself back up. There's 1. If the ball's too much, throw it to the side. It's no big deal. 4, 2, 3, 4, last 1, 5. Switch the ball out to the other hand, and we switch 5 on the other side, and we're done with push-ups. For 1, 2, 3, 4, last 1, and 5. Good. From here, I lied to you. I want 1 last arm burner. So let's put our wrist weights on if you have them near. If you don't, it'll probably still burn regardless. But if you have them, let's use them. All right. Come on into that kneeling position. Wrist weights are on, arms are out in front of you. We're holding our ball. We're going into twists. Just twisting that ball. Four, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna open the arms up, pull them back together, grab the ball into the other hand, and switch. I'll turn to let you see. Check in with the belly as you're doing this. Are we flaring those ribs or are we engaged in our abdominals? Pull that in. Pull your belly button into your spine. Get those abdominals in. Good. Hold on here. We drop down to the waist. We go up over the head. The overhead is where we really get that rib flare sometimes, so pull those ribs down as you go up to counter that want, that desire to lift those ribs and flare them out. Good. From here, drop the elbows down back behind you. Press them back up. Keep some good pressure in on that ball to get some extra activation. Got 2 more here. 1, 2. Good. From here, drop down into your goal post with one hand. Lift up, lift over. Four, 5, 4. Shoulders should be burning. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the shoulders at shoulder height. Bend the elbows in. Ball hits your forehead. Extend back out. Hold this one in. Pulse up. Press into the ball with your hands and we pulse up. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that ball down. Take the wrist weights off if you put them on. And let's cool it down. All right, from here, let's sit crisscross applesauce. Take one arm, pull it across your chest, take the other arm underneath it. Really pull that arm across. Get a good stretch. Those posterior delts, the posterior capsule of the shoulder. Even the rhomboids, mid-traps. Good, switch now. Good, from here, let's take this right hand, lift it up towards the ceiling, lean it over to that left side. Remember our wall analogy. We have a wall in front, we have a wall behind. We're not running into the wall, keeping us in this straight side flexion plane with no rotation in the trunk. So the chest should be facing forward. Come back down, switch me hands, up and over. One more each side. And switch. Drop those arms back down. Let's take our arms back in behind our head and we're just gonna do some gentle rotations. So the trunk, or the lower legs, the pelvis all stays forward. We're rotating the trunk to the left, back to the center, over to the right. One more each side. Good. Come on over, let's get down on our hands and knees. We're gonna pop up back, how we began class, up into our downward dog position. Drop those ankles, drop those heels down towards the mat to get a good stretch in those calves. Pedal out the feet gently. As one heel lifts, the other heel presses down into the mat. And we switch. Good. Meet me with both heels down. Walk those hands slowly back to the toes. Reach for the toes. Pull them up off the mat if you can reach them. Lift, lift, lift. Good. Now bend those knees down. Slowly let those arms dangle as you roll back up one vertebrae at a time to standing. Arms reach overhead. Pull them up towards the ceiling. let them fall down. Good job. Hope you enjoyed that class.